Hey everyone, welcome back to mentaltoughnessblog.com. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, you must learn how to fight psychologically. The first thing you have to do, in my opinion, after 30 plus years of building businesses around the world, is you have to decide if you're willing to fight, if you really want to do this. If you've had a job your whole life and now you become an entrepreneur, chances are you have no idea what you've walked into. You've walked into the fight of your life. Having a job is not a fight. Having a job is following rules. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that's what it is. You do what you're told, and if you do that, you do it successfully, you do your job effectively, you usually won't lose your job. You can do everything right as an entrepreneur and lose a fortune. And every entrepreneur that's done anything serious will tell you that. So if you decide that you want to really do this, the first thing you've got to do is realize you're going to have to learn how to fight. You are moving from a job, which is what I call the zoo, where the animals are in cages and there's really no danger, to the jungle, where the animals are wild, where you can be incredibly successful and still get eaten at any time. You're never out of danger as an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You can still go broke. You can still lose everything you have if you're taking risks, which is a part of being an entrepreneur. So if you decide, and I'll just assume you've decided to become an entrepreneur if you're watching this, the first thing I recommend you do is you have to stop caring what people think about you or what you're doing or your business or anything. You have to stop caring. You have to get over the addiction to the approval of other people's thoughts, ideas, opinions. You can't care. If you care deeply, you'll fail because you'll fail to act. A lot of people start businesses and they never really do anything. They just say, well, I've started a business, especially businesses like network marketing or direct sales or real estate or insurance, anything where the cost of entry is low. And so what they do is they simply have a license or a business card and they don't really do anything. That's not really being an entrepreneur. The first thing you got to do is stop caring. You got to stop caring what people think, and that holds people back more than probably anything I've ever seen in 30 plus years in running businesses. People are so worried about what other people think. Here's the bottom line: stop caring about it. They don't care about you. They're just expressing their opinions. The sharp people, the smart people, the supportive people will be behind you. The other ones, you got to let them go, or at least let their opinions go. That's number one. Number two, really, is you got to get in the game. You got to get dirty. I talk to entrepreneurs all the time, new ones, and they say, well, I want to be a representative for the company. I want to be the face of the brand. I want to be, the spokesperson. You know what? Go get a job. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to say this is the way it is. You've got to get dirty. You've got to get in the game. You've got to get in the mix. For most people, you got to get on the phone. You got to call people. You got to hear no 95 to 99% of the time. You're going to hear no. That's what being an entrepreneur is. If this were easy, everyone would be a rich entrepreneur, but it's not. The promise of entrepreneurship is freedom, and with that comes money. It's not promised or anything like that, but it is a promise of the entrepreneurial system, is that you can become financially independent. You can become extremely financially successful. So you don't have to worry about money, and you can do what you want to do and live the way you want to live and do what you want to, live your life on your terms instead of someone else's. And so you got to get in the fight. You got to get in the game. You can have a business card, you can have a license, you can have an office even, and not be in the game. Most people I've coached over the years are not in the game. They won't get dirty. They won't dig in. You got to dig in, man. You got to get dirty. You got to have people rejecting you every single day, or you're not a real entrepreneur. You should be getting rejected so much in the beginning of your entrepreneurial career that it's funny, that it's actually a joke, because so many people are saying no to you every day, because if they're not, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to build anything. So you got to get in the game. And the last thing is a list of three basic things, is you got to realize it's not like having a job. Being an entrepreneur is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It takes time. You have to be able to sustain your emotions your motivation and your concentration on success. It's not going to happen overnight. These people say, oh, I'm going to start my business in 3 years. I'm going to be financially independent. No, you're not. No. Hopefully you'll be in business. Hopefully you'll be in the black. That's the reality. This is reality, not fantasy. Again, a lot of people have seen movies like The Secret, and they read books on attracting, the law of attraction and 10x this and 10x that and all this nonsense. These are just people making money selling concepts. I'm not saying the law of attraction doesn't have any merit, or The Secret doesn't have any merit, or anything like that. They have merit, but they're overblown because they're designed to sell books and movies and all kinds of things like that. They're not in the real world. You don't talk to a serious business person and says, I'm going to 10x my business in the next 12 months. No, you're not. Hopefully you'll be in business. Hopefully revenue will be up by 30 or 40%. You're crushing it. 10x? Are you kidding me? These are ridiculous things brought about by people trying to sell you get-rich-quick concepts that the only people making money out of the people selling it. And so you got to get in the real world of entrepreneurship and be operating from objective reality, not fantasy. If you can do these things, you have a shot. The odds are clearly against you. There's no question, against all of us as entrepreneurs. The odds are stacked against you, but you have a legitimate shot. And if you can make it work, you can live a life that most people only see in movies. Is it worth it? It was to me. I don't know if it will be to you or not. You got to think about it quite a bit. But I think these are 3 of the things that you need to have to make it work in the real world, not the fantasy world, not the personal development world, the real world of business. So that's my take on that. Thanks for watching the blog. See you next time.